Hi, I'm Dawn Mahalky and I'm with Texas Animal Health Commission. In light of the recent avian influenza outbreaks in other parts of the United States, I wanted to share with you today some tips to help you keep your backyard birds safe. So your backyard birds may not be raised in large numbers like they are in the big commercial houses that you see, but in fact they're still just as susceptible to the avian influenza virus as those birds raised in that situation are. One of the first steps in keeping your backyard birds healthy is to keep your distance. And what I mean by that is you need to keep the distance between the wild bird population and your birds. I know it's really difficult to accomplish that when you just have your birds running loose in the backyard, but as much as possible and practical, keep the space between those wild birds and your birds where they eat, where they're drinking, and where they're nesting. Try to limit the exposure to the wild birds there. Also, keep your distance with other people. No one should really be in handling your birds or walking where your birds are walking except you. A second step would be to keep it clean. You want to minimize the germs. You want to be sure you're cleaning everything properly so you're not spreading disease should it be present in your pens or near you. And one of the ways to do that is to make sure that your feet are clean, that your clothes are clean, that your equipment, any equipment that you're using is clean. And you can do that by using a same pair of boots, same pair of shoes that you wear in every day, wear the same pair. Or you can put a foot bath as you enter into the pens. You can use a mixture of bleach and water. It works great for disinfecting, and that's going to go a long way to keeping your backyard birds healthy. Another way to prevent disease in your backyard birds, don't borrow disease from your neighbor. And of course you wouldn't borrow disease, but you might borrow equipment. You might borrow a coop. Very dangerous practice because you don't know that your neighbor's birds are safe, that they're healthy, and they may look it, but they may not be. Make it a practice not to share. And if you have to, if it's a necessity that you share equipment or coops, make sure that you clean and disinfect them before you put your birds in or before you give it back to your neighbor. One thing that's a must in keeping your birds healthy is knowing what healthy birds look like, and also knowing the warning signs. For avian influenza, a lot of those signs are the lack of energy. You might just see them and they're laying down, they don't have the energy, they're not up. They might have swelling of their comb, their wattles. They may have a purple discoloration of their combs or wattles, even their legs. They may have loss of appetite. They may have nasal discharge. They may have diarrhea and then coughing, sneezing. Those are some of the major signs when you're observing avian influenza. Know what those signs are and make sure that you report them if you observe them in your birds. Once you're aware of the warning signs of avian influenza, it's very important if you observe those signs in your birds that you report it either to your local veterinarian, to Texas Animal Health Commission, or to USDA. It's important not only to protect the health of your birds, but also to the entire population of birds. Avian influenza is extremely contagious, and it's very easy to be spread in ways that you may not even consider. By using the simple steps that we've talked about today, we hope it will help you to continue to enjoy healthy backyard chickens.